The other method of finding domain and range of a function is by using algebraic method. To find the domain, step 1 is to write y as your subject, and step 2 is to find the conditions on x. To find range, step 1, write x as your subject, and then for step 2, find the conditions on y. Just be careful for finding range using algebraic method. This technique can be used on any functions except square root and absolute function. Untuk square root dengan absolute function sahaja, bila kamu nak cari dia punya range, dia ada teknik dia yang tersendiri. Other than these two functions, you will use these steps in order to find your range. Let's do example 12. By using algebraic method, find the domain and range of the following functions. So let's look at part A. We have fx equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3. Therefore, we know that this is a quadratic function. So, sebelum Miss terlupa, untuk domain, dia applicable untuk semua function. Untuk range sahaja, yang kamu kena consider cara lain untuk cari range untuk square root dengan absolute function sahaja. Tapi untuk domain, kita akan gunakan teknik step 1 dengan step 2. So, to find the domain of a quadratic function, let y as your subject. So, step 1, kita salin balik kita punya function ni sebagai y. And now we can see that y is already a subject. So, kita masuk terus step yang kedua. For step 2, you need to find the conditions on x. So, basically, daripada kita punya function kita ni, kita just tengok pada bahagian right hand side and then kita cari condition ke atas x so that y is defined. Okay, tapi basically kat sini, condition of x is already given to us, which is this one. X is an element of real number. So, kalau kamu dah tahu kata x can be any element of real number, you can straight away find your domain, which is from negative infinity until infinity or real number r. To find range, you need to write x as your subject. Memandangkan function kita adalah quadratic, untuk range kita ada step 1 dengan step 2 juga. So, originally we have y equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3. To get x as the subject, use CTS. So, we'll get y equal to x minus 1 square minus 4. We need x as the subject. So, I'm going to bring negative 4 to the other side. And now recall, if you have x squared equal to 9, this means that x is positive negative square root of 9. So, we will apply this concept for this one here. This means that x minus 1 is plus minus square root y plus 4. Since we only want x, we're going to bring negative 1 to the other side. And now we can see that x is our subject. For step 2, we need to look at the conditions on y on the right hand side. So, ini adalah kita punya equation with x as your subject. So, just tengok pada bahagian yang sebelah kanan ni. On your right hand side, look at the conditions on y so that x is defined. So, kat sini kita ada square root kan? kamu kena faham dalam square root, apa-apa saja nilai dalam square root, dia mesti more or equal to 0. Macam yang kita buat untuk square root function, kamu cari domain. To find domain, ambil dalam square root which is bx plus c, and then kamu tahu kata it should be more or equal to 0. Okay, benda ni sama saja. Yang dalam square bracket ni pun mesti more or equal to 0. So, the conditions is y plus 4 must be more or equal to 0. Therefore, y should be more or equal to negative 4. So, bila kita dah dapat y, inilah kita punya range. Sebab recall balik, domain kita refer pada x exists. And range kita refer pada y exists. So, untuk range, sebab tu untuk range kita cari y. So, y should be more or equal to negative 4, square bracket negative 4 until infinity. So, that's how you find the domain and range for quadratic function. So, just be careful. Untuk range, untuk kuadratik ya, untuk range, kamu wajib guna CTS untuk dapatkan X sebagai subjek.